Hello, how are you doing? My name is Billy Mitchell. I am recording a video here for Legit MTG and for my YouTube channel, which you can find there'll be a link on the Legit MTG site to that as well. So I am back. If you saw last week, I posted an article about Mono Green Aggro. So let me see if I can pull over to the actual deck. So looking at Mono Green Aggro, this is the deck I played in the Star City Games Open in Philadelphia, as well as the Star City Games Classic. I like this version of the deck a lot. I think this does a lot of things very good without really any of the downside. The deck is pretty straightforward. We're playing Llanowar Elves. This is the best Llanowar Elf deck in Standard. The other one is Green Black Snakes, and I have explained why I'm not a big fan of that deck right now. But you do get to play Llanowar Elves. You also get to play a couple of 2-drops. Branchwalker is a little more common now. Resilient Khenra is something I've just come around to recently. The card has been very good in this version of the deck because it's so easy to power out a Ghalta by using Resilient Khenra. It also makes the creatures a little more effective in the mirror. So I've been a fan of that too. We do get M19 Standard Thorn Lieutenant, which is something I'm still getting used to. It's very good against the red decks. It's a way for them to have to burn a removal spell if they want the creatures to get through, and you still get some piece of interaction left over in a 1-1. The 1-1 doesn't seem terribly relevant, but in that matchup where you're bringing in things like Aethersphere Harvester out of the board, and end up doing a lot of work. This is also a very good Rhonas the Indomitable deck, and one thing in my article talked about why. The main reason is you get to play Steel Leaf Champion. The other reason is you get to bring in Vine Mare. This is a new card from M19 also. I think it's the most impactful card for the deck. It is a 4-mana 5/3 with hexproof. The fact that it has hexproof means that when you cast Ghalta on turn, when you cast Rhonas on turn 3 and cast Vine Mare on turn 4, there's very little danger of Rhonas being turned off through a removal spell of any kind. With hexproof, it's very difficult unless you're going to cast something like Doomfall to get one of them off the board. Also, the Vine Mare can be blocked by black creatures, and it's being very relevant when we're in these mirror, well, not these mirror matches, but the Godpharaoh's Gift match. We're looking at something like Grixis Control. The fact that it can't be blocked by these black creatures, that means it can't be blocked by tokens created from Liliana or anything reanimated from Liliana, Death Majesty. It can't be blocked by Scarab God or anything reanimated from the Scarab God. Even things like Hour of Promise that would produce the 2/2 black zombies aren't able to block our creature. So that's also very relevant. And this deck is very capable of powering out a Ghalta on turn 3. So that's something hopefully we'll be able to watch. Out of the board, it's pretty standard. This is very similar to the list I played in the Classic. The big difference, and I wrote about this in my article as well, I cut the Nissa out of the board for a second copy of Nature's Way. I love me a Nature's Way. So once that fight card gives your creature vigilance and trample as well. The green deck is getting more popular online. If you're looking at it on MTGO as of about this week, it's about 95 tickets. So it's very easy for people to build. You want to be prepared for the mirror. A lot of times you're bringing in Nissa, you're also bringing in Vivien Reid and Skysovereign Consul Flagship. Both of those cards are a little more effective in the matchup. So we decided to cut a card we barely wanted to bring in for a card we always want to bring in. Make our green matchup a little better. So I'm going to jump in a league. We're just doing a friendly standard league just so we can get through the matches and so we can focus on our deck a little more than our opponent's deck. I also will be cutting this video into 2 parts. I have some duties I need to do today, and I also want to try doing this. Makes it a little easier for me to edit by having half of the video being done now and doing the other half later. So we've got our first match. So let's see what we're looking at. Hopefully we're on the play with the Llanowar Elf. Your best hands are going to have turn 1 Llanowar Elf, so that's something you want to try to have. We are going to be keeping a lot of the hands that we end up getting. You do not have many forms of card advantage, so you'd rather keep your hands if you can. This is a keep. This is absolutely a keep. We do have the ability to play turn 1 elf. We're on the draw, which is not ideal. But if we go turn 1 Llanowar Elf, if we get a land on turn 2, play Steel Leaf, and another land on turn 3, we can go Resilient Khenra and play Ghalta. This is one of the times we can actually play turn 3 Ghalta. So let's see if we can get there. Okay, he's playing some kind of red-white deck. Good start. Play Elf on 1. The other thing Llanowar Elf does, and this is a matchup we can kind of see it a little better. If he has a removal spell, he has a Welcome Ballista. He's going to use that to kill my elf. That's going to draw some of the attention away from my more effective cards. I'd rather him kill my 1 mana spell than try to kill my 3 mana or my 2 mana spell. So I do not want this Heart of Kiran. I want my 3rd land. We'll put that in the graveyard, and we'll pass the turn back here. Let's see. I'm not exactly sure what he's playing at this point. Let's see though. Looks like he's going to cast History Medallion. Okay. Oh, so we missed our land, which is unfortunate. Let's try to be aggressive though. So let's play Resilient Khenra here. We will pump our Branchwalker. We use the ability, of course. And we'll attack for 5. Missing land drop's kind of brutal. Playing a second history is also kind of brutal. I don't think he's going to attack. I think he'd rather wait for his guy to be a 4-3. So I'm not expecting combat this turn, but we'll see. He goes for no attack, and I will like to block. Thank you for the opportunity. Okay. Got a heart, so not ideal. But let's just play heart, and we will pass back, I guess. So my thing is, I can attack you for 3, put him down to 12. He's attacking me back down to 12, though. This doesn't seem particularly great. Yeah, let's just pass back. Oh. I think at this point I'd rather just block with my Heart of Kiran, just so I still have a creature left over. If I block with the Branchwalker, I'd rather get rid of the Branchwalker, honestly, but I don't want to get stuck in a position where I don't have a creature to crew Heart of Kiran, otherwise I'm just kind of out. So let's see what it does. He Agony Sprays, will crew. I guess that's fine. And then he's a Braid, I'm guessing. Yeah. A Braid, yep. Now we'll go take 8 down to 12. Ghalta again. And we're going to be dead the next turn. Okay, well that's kind of upsetting. If we draw a 3rd lane in there, I think we're actually in a good spot. We could have cast Steel Leaf Champion, Thrashing Brontodon, and cast our Ghalta relatively early. The thing about these kind of decks too, they do have the ability to play things like Cast Down and Thopter Arrest, and those are going to be pretty good at containing Ghalta, but overall they're not the best. Let's take a look at our sideboard real quick. I'm going to sort this by mana cost. So, if I'm looking, I want to make sure I have effective ways to block these creatures. The only creatures we actually saw out of him were the Knights. I haven't seen a deck like this before, the red-white deck. But the Brontodon and the Rampager seem fine. I think Vivien Reid's fine. I actually like Skysovereign. Skysovereign's the card I like to bring out of the board a lot. Something you'll probably notice. Vivien, I think, is actually also probably fine. If I'm guessing, and this is just from a little bit of knowledge, I think if he's bringing History of Renalia, I'm assuming he has card in the deck. I think those cards end up pairing up pretty commonly together. I think he's going to board into more of a control deck also. So let's cut the Vine Mares. And let's cut 2 of the Ghaltas. And the Branchwalkers. I kind of want to bring in the Harvesters, actually. I don't want you guys. Kind of want the Bestiaries. I know he's not control deck, but I bring these in. Too many. Maybe we just don't bring in the Bestiaries. Yeah, we'll cut the Branchwalkers actually. Something like this. A little awkward. I think that's fine. Yeah, I just think he's going to end up being in this kind of red-white control deck post board, and I think we're going to end up grinding on resources a lot. So I think this is a very good way for us to grind a little more effectively. So we'll do something like this. Let's see what we get. There's an argument for us not cutting the Ghaltas aggressively on the play, but cutting them on the draw. Something else we could do. This hand's fine. I would like a 3rd land, but looks like we're going to have Thorn Lieutenant into Resilient Khenra, hopefully into Rhonas. And that should be a pretty good way for us to start here. Like I said, the Blossoming Defense is also going to have some added value. If he's playing something like Thopter Arrest, we're going to be able to protect our creatures pretty well. Hopefully just draw a land here, make this easy. Of course not. Let's play Thorn Lieutenant. Use our mana a little more effectively. If we draw a green source also, I think we want to just go into Rhonas next turn. Looks like he's not doing anything. Okay, hopefully draw a land here. Okay. So I'm going to attack for 2 first. This ends up getting a weird situation. If I want to attack for 2, he doesn't know this, but I'm never... If he wants to abrade this, he just gets to abrade this. I'm not too particularly worried for doing this line, because I want to play Rhonas more than I want to do anything else. So, but we will pass after that. Okay, so this is the turn where he could have Thopter Arrest. Oh, okay. This is another card from the new set, Resplendent Angel. So, at the beginning of each end step, if you've gained 5 or more life this turn, create a 4/4. Wait, Angel creature token with Flying and Vigilance. 6 mana, gets +2/+2 on lifelink, so it becomes that 5/5 we were at before. Okay, that's fine. We do have, like, in our hand Vivien Reid, and we have Skysovereign, so it's very easy for us to deal with this. I'm not particularly worried about that as a card, but he does have. So let's pump our Thorn Lieutenant. Khenra. And then we'll attack for 9 damage. He's not going to block. This is another thing too. I'm going to play the Rampager. This is the turn where he could have cast down. Hopefully he doesn't, but I do want to make sure I get some additional pressure on this turn. For next turn, rather. And he's excellent finding, so I kind of get punished here. He's going to get rid of my Rhonas. I get my land. Fine. Let's go to combat. I mean, if he wants to, I don't think he's going to block. Blocking seems a little risky. Okay. Let's pump. Yep. We are actually just gonna pass here. I could play the Rampager, but I don't have another creature in my hand. I want to make sure that if I play the boat, that I have a way to throw it on the board. He's in a position right now where I don't like his spot. I think he needs to wrap. He's gonna run my Khenra, I guess. Yeah. That's fine. Okay, so we've got one card. Let's cast Vivien. Yeah, let's cast Vivien. I'm going to go destroy. Once again, he's not in a great position here. Let's destroy the Excellent Binding on the Resilient Khenra. We'll pump attack for 4. Put him in a 3. Now we're threatening lethal with 2 different creatures. We still have a Planeswalker, so even if your Wrath here goes up to 5, we still have the ability to just get a lot of pressure on. There's also an argument for me destroying the Excellent Binding on Rhonas, just so I have an indestructible creature, so if he does wrap, I can just play another powerful creature. The Rampager actually works pretty well here, where it costs 1 mana at this point, and I can pump it, and then I can attack for lethal. But he would have been at 5, it still would have worked out in a very similar way. Resilient Khenra has the benefit of being, if he does wrap, it goes to my graveyard. I can Eternalize, and I have a 4/4, so. He's also just in a terrible spot, if we're being honest. I cycle in Canyon Slew. No one knows how that word's pronounced. And I think we are done. We're done. Okay. That's 1 game down. So let's go into game 3. And I like what we were doing. And I think we had a good idea of what was actually happening here. He's boarding into this slightly slower deck. So I actually like having the Bestiaries. Nature's Way is something I could do, but with all Resplendent Angel, I could imagine having Lyra, which would be not ideal. But we do have Vivien Reid to deal with that. And that's another card too. Vivien Reid, the reason I like Vivien Reid over Nissa Vital Force is Nissa just doesn't deal with other cards well. And Vivien does. Vivien either adds pressure for you or gets you to cards that add pressure. So, pressure your opponent's game plan. I think we could keep it like this. Is there anything I don't like? I don't know if I like the 3rd Rampager. Let's cut one of the Rampagers. We'll cut that for a Nature's Way. We'll do that. And then, yeah, that seems fun. I like that. We could cut the Ghalta also. I just think it's that matchup kind of showed it's very difficult for our creatures to survive. Point. But I'm like hesitant to cut Ghalta. I mean, you cut it in the blue-white matchups, obviously, just because they have, the settles and they have the wrath spells. I can imagine having the wrath. I don't imagine having settle also. Oh man, this hand's great if we had a land or two. So we're gonna mulligan this. This hand's fine. Not ideal. Much better. This hand's insane. Now, a lot of your hands get a lot better once you see a turn 1 elf. So we'll go to elf on 1. He might have a walking ballista. He might not. But nope, no walking ballista. We do have a Khenra though, but we'll play Thrashing Brontodon, which is a house in this matchup. The fact that it's safe from Excellent Binding is one thing. The fact it Okay, how are we doing? That's what I need for. Okay. So, I think we just Nature's Way. Let's just Nature's Way. We'll punch this. Yeah, we'll just Nature's Way. And that's what I'm saying. Like, there's spots like that where you literally just get the... As a 2-mana removal spell, he casts 3 mana off his relatively restrictive mana to cast that, and I just got to eat it for free. Sure. Okay. Another Brontodon. That's fine. Okay. So this is one of those turns. If I draw a forest off the top here, Lyra, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. 5 more life. Okay. Oh man. Okay. He's not going to block here. So, but I also don't think he has rat spells. So, let's just attack with both the Brontodons. He's not blocking. Yeah. I'm not worried about the ability here. No. Okay, so we have 10 power on the board. We can get the cast Ghalta for 2 mana next turn, and then we get the chance to race. Being stuck on the lands here is like not ideal. Paying cost, activating the ability. Oh jeez. Okay, so what is this ability again? This opponent angel gets +2/+2 in lifelink. So he's going to give me 11 in the air. Ugh. Yeah, we're stone dead. Yeah, that's upsetting. Yeah, we can crack in here for a total of 14. That's not enough. Yeah, I guess we're dead here. That's unfortunate. It just happens sometimes where we just don't draw additional land sources, but what are you gonna do? Alright. So red-white angel, that was not a good chance for us. Apologize if you can hear that they're doing, I live in an apartment building there, doing construction on the apartment below mine. So I might hear some hammering going on. But this deck is pretty sweet though. I am a big fan. You could see in that match we did have a lot of openings that are relatively powerful. Hey, how you doing? My dog is keeping me company while we play Magic. So, we're going to play one more, and then you will see another video later this week. I think I'm going to try to edit them and edit 2 different videos. So, alright, so we're playing Hamayama. Okay. Let's play first. Oh man, these hands. Yeah, I'm not keeping that. I'm not liking this. And we'll keep that. Literally need threat on top. No, it's bottom. This. So we'll go turn 1 elf. And we'll pass back. By the way, I do this normally anyways. The no possible play yield all just to save time. We're not doing anything. Let's play Heart of Kiran. And then we'll play Rampager. Yeah. Play your MC. We're going to do this next turn anyways. Let's play the Rampager, holding priority while it's triggers in the stack, using that to crew our Heart of Kiran. It's going to allow us a couple different things here. The main thing is it's going to allow us to have Heart of Kiran crewed without having a tapped creature for it, effectively, since it's being bounced back to our hand by the ability on Greenbelt Rampager. No, we don't have 2 energy yet. So let's do that. Pay a green. You'll see it here. The trigger goes on the stack. I'm going to use that crew. Don't have the 2 energy, so it'll go back to my hand. And then maybe we'll play this. The other debate is I don't know if I want to attack for I'll attack for another damage, so we'll take a point here. And then we'll attack for 5. Yeah. We've got some really land-light hands. Crazy. So, Thorn gameplay. I'm a little more liberal with the first one, just because of the situation we're in. But I want to make sure that my Heart of Kiran doesn't die. A lot of these matchups end up coming down to whether or not they can kill your flyer. So, either cut, sure. We'll crew again. Cut on the elephant's actually very good. So maybe I shouldn't have attacked for the extra point. I mean, could have held that up. Maybe got a 4/4. He's not attacking. Okay. And I've got a land. Shouldn't do terribly much here. Let's just attack for 1. And we'll pass. Not ideal. But it happens. Yeah, red deck's definitely been getting a little less popular, but still fantastic choice. So he's going to cast Chandra. He goes to try to kill our elf. We're going to protect it. Just because we need to make sure we have, if we draw a 4-drop, we have the ability to cast it. We're not doing terribly much here anyways. Adding 2 red mana. That's not good for us. Cycling a land. That is good for us. I take it all back. You only add mana to get a land. That's the dream. So, okay. What do we got? We got Ghalta. Is there any way I can cast Ghalta this turn? Honestly, I don't think it's going to be particularly great, even if we could, but we'll see. If I have Blossom Defense, Llanowar Elves, use Llanowar Elves to crew. It gives me 2 mana left over, and I'm like way short. The other question is, do I want to use Blossom Defense to... man, this is such a bad spot. Because we can also just like double Blossom Defense to kill Chandra. I think it's fine. I don't think we're doing much else here. Unfortunately, yeah, this is not ideal, obviously, but I'd also rather not die to a Planeswalker if I can avoid it, so let's just do this. Attack. Chandra. Oh man, these hands have not panned out for us. Honestly, like a Steel Leaf Champion here is just like huge game. Yep. 13, losing the race. but he's got no place, so it's something. We've got another land. Not getting rid of my lands. Like, I have the option to pump Oasis to make this a 4/4, but like, I'm not doing that. So we'll attack for 1. We need something. Steel Champion here is actually really good. You could have a braid or cycling cannon flow again. Okay, it's good for us. I mean, the more that this happens, the better. So I assume he's got to have something though. He's got 4 lands in play, right? He could be trying to be cute. Yeah, with 10. Sure, second to conjure. Like, I think if I have this doesn't. Yeah. So let's see. I'm using Khenra to crew itself, or to pump itself. Yes. And I'm going to crew. And I'll cast Ghalta. I'm assuming he has unlicensed disintegration here. That's the other thing too. If he has, he might let me go to combat in another world if I try to play Ghalta post combat. So if you have the ability to cast Ghalta, just cast Ghalta, which is safer. So we attack for 4. Click at 30 free. Yeah, the math on Ghalta is, I think, always interesting. I could have done the elf as well, but then I'm a mana short. So just be cognizant of these lines here. Yeah, he's unlicensed there. That makes sense. Okay. I think I would have casted on the elf earlier. I know I'm not doing terribly much with it, but I think I'd rather have just gotten that off the table at some point. But let's see. My graveyard's not particularly great. I think I'm just dead now. Yeah. He's attacking for 10. I'm just dead. Cool. And that was a very anemic draw from us. This deck does not mulligan particularly well. I said this in the article as well. A lot of your draws that look borderline, you really do want to keep just because there are sharp declines for each card you lose. There aren't many ways to get cards back that replace themselves. So I guess I'm going to do it like this just so everyone can see. I'm bringing the Rampager. I just want an effective blocker. I want the Nature's Way. So we're going to fight. I want the Brontodon mainly because it's a 3/4 body. Also, the fact it kills an artifact in this matchup is relevant. Some debate over Vine Mare, but I think Vine Mare isn't necessary. I do like bringing in the Skysovereigns. Vivien, I think, is also a fine one or two of. You want it to be able to kill dragons, but dragons usually get their effectiveness out either way. It also does kill the Phoenix, which they normally bring in versus you anyways. I want to be cutting. I don't like Branchwalkers. It's just too easy for them to trade. All their creatures trade with that card. So I'd rather not try to play that fight. Rhonas is a great blocker, but there are sometimes it gets stranded, and I don't like all the Vine Mares. So let's bring these in right now. I think this is about right. On the play, I'm okay keeping the Ghaltas in. On the draw, I want to cut one of them for Vivien Reid. Just another way to hedge against their powerful turn 5 plays. So we'll do something like this. Alright, hopefully we get a hand that's decent. We've got a couple stinkers here. That's a shame. And I think it's kind of cool. We saw a hand where we had 3 lands in play and got the cost of 12/12. So this deck is definitely capable of doing these kind of powerful in lines, even on limited resources. Sorry, my dog's here. I'm being a nut. She got a new bone. Oh, jeez. Okay, well, this is a joke. This deck is not being nice to me. We can't keep this. This is just asking for trouble. But we do have our lands, so that is something. We'll mulligan. We'll keep this. It's not ideal either, but let's get to play ball and we get to actually cast Steel Leaf Champion. Card we haven't cast today. It's probably the best creature in the deck. I think if this card didn't exist, you probably wouldn't have this archetype. Got a Ghalta. Steel Leaf Champion in this matchup does also a great job of not presenting them a target that they can, of course, not presenting them a target that they can easily kill. I'm just trying to do math real quick. I think we're just going to play the champion here. Yeah, we'll play the champion here. I was trying to see if it was easier if we cast Heart of Kiran, if that kind of opened up any line for us to cast a Ghalta the next turn, but we need a couple more things to go right for that to work. He might have the removal spell here. Yeah, he's only Disintegration, but he couldn't do it on 2 mana. He had to do it on 3 mana. So we kind of keep our turn here. I'm going to cast Heart. So next turn we'll have Khenra. Khenra pumps itself to make it a 4/4. We can crew. We're still short, but that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. It's obviously not ideal, don't get me wrong. It's one of those things I'd rather have that play. It's not doing much else otherwise. If he plays a creature, we do get the Skysovereign. Attack his creature. Like I said, they're going to be bringing in the Phoenix a lot post-board. So that's something we kind of need to deal with off 4 mana. But we'll see what he does. They do slow down a little bit. He might have a Planeswalker as well, which is another consideration they might be having right now. Planeswalkers end up being kind of annoying for us, but we deal with them pretty effectively. Okay, and we're killing Phoenix, yeah. That's what we were talking about before. Okay, so we got a land. Let's, we already got it, so let's just play the boat. Yeah, yep. Let's trigger. That card is going to die a lot in this situation. Okay, so he's gonna get this guy back. So what's gonna end up happening, and this is not, I don't say weird, but we're gonna get a 4/4 next turn. We're gonna play Resilient Khenra, pump itself, then to use that to pump Heart, and then use Heart to pump Skysovereign. We could do it the other way too. I guess we could Resilient Khenra and just pump Skysovereign. It's still 10 power. Then we can cast Ghalta. That's probably just better. It's like one of those times of having the Greenbelt Rampager would be really nice. What are you playing? Oh, I don't care about Chandra. That's fine. Chandra's actually like best case scenario for us. Okay. So, oh, that's actually not bad either. It's just a lot of the same things. Without being weak to 1 mana removal spells. So, but this means I need to chain though. It is safer though. So we're gonna do this. So I'm gonna use this to crew. Okay. I use this. Crew. Okay. I'm going to cast Ghalta. So we have 13 power on the board, allegedly. And now we're going to start punching stuff in the face. So I'm going to shoot Chandra anyways. But we're also going to attack it. Because the main thing is if I shoot the bird, it doesn't actually do anything. Like, that's my big issue. So we'll attack. I want to shoot this anyways. Once again, killing the Phoenix and making it a 0/1 that's going to come back the next turn doesn't do anything. By shooting this, at least, if he chooses to block with his Heart of Kiran, he's going to lose that, and he can't shoot my Thrashing Brontodon next turn, and I can threaten again unimpeded. Pink for call, so he's probably going to use that to crew. Yep. I'm probably going to block. Okay. Yep. You could have Magma Spray as well. We'll see. No, it doesn't have Magma Spray. Okay, so that's good. If he had Magma Spray there, I think he would have finished off the boat. This card is just a pain. He has to have a Braid here, or he's going to lose a Chandra next turn just to this attacking. That's kind of, yeah. So he's going to have the Unlicensed Disintegration for Ghalta. Yep. Which is about right. That happens a lot. I'm out of this deck at least. It's really nice in the mirror and against like the blue decks and things like that. They, once you get a 12/12 on the board, they are still cool to add answers. This is kind of annoying. This is what I'm talking, like, this is why we want Vivien in the deck. Yeah, it's not ideal. Hopefully he just attacks for 4 here. I would attack for 8. Put me on a 2-turn clock. You still have a Planeswalker that I need to deal with. But plans do funny things. Yeah, I would both. And it's all third. Yeah. I actually don't think I would have thirded, but that's fine. He's probably winning this game regardless. So, yeah. I've got no possible play, so let's just do it all. Okay. I'm not even sure what this is going to look like. I don't know what a victory here looks like for us. We definitely need to kill Chandra. Run it out of that. Unless he has another Glorybringer in hand, but have another turn. So that's something. Let's play Elf. And we'll play the Khenra. We'll pump Elf, I guess. It doesn't particularly matter. I'm not going to use the mana from Elf this turn, so I might as well use the ability. And crew Skysovereign off the Elf. And we'll attack him. Hamayama, I don't know if the Prayer Girl. We'll shoot Chandra. Release him down to 14. Pass through the rest of this turn. Yeah, see if this was a Rampager, we're in a much better spot here. But alas. Yep. Not 4. Can I? I don't think I can 4 ball you from here. Right, volume. 14 ball you realistically. Hashep Oasis. I can obviously crew. Make 6. Make this 9. I can't get this off the board. It's a combination. Yep. We're dead here too. Alright, well, these were not exciting games, unfortunately. We got the Angels and Dragons and Flyers. The Flyers, and one thing, in a lot of these games you can see end up coming down to who has kind of air superiority. If this is 2 Chain Whirlers, this game is not particularly close. But having a Flyer that is very resilient to removal, green is very removal light, and that's why I like having the Nature's Way in the deck. Makes the matchup swing a lot. Also because we are chaining up, right? Like we had a hand where we played Ghalta, but being able to get something like the Brontodon on the board actually probably saved him 8 points of life from a Heart of Kiran, us crewing there. So it is very important to make sure that you're controlling the green deck as much as you can from the the opposing side. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lick my wounds off camera. I'll come back in a little bit, and we will play the rest of this league, and hopefully this goes better than the first half has. So I will see you in a little bit. Once again, this is Billy Mitchell from Legit MTG. Please check out our page. We've got plenty of articles coming up every week. Also, Magic with Zuby, which is one of those popular podcasts you probably haven't been listening to, but definitely should be. So please check it out. Please check out our site. And thank you for watching. Thank you.